So this is my Unit 20 brief sheet. This shows that the final deadline for this whole unit is the 26th of October. As you can see from here, there's different task units, such as Task 1, Task 2, Task 3 and Task 4. On each task it shows the different objectives that we have to meet. Once we have handed in the deadline, which is on each bit here, we have to hand it in to our teacher, which then they will give it back to us in order for us to improve our grade if needs be. I have met this deadline, which was due on the 21st of September. In order for me to improve my grade, I handed it in to my teacher, which then I was given an extension to the deadline, which was given the next week. After that deadline, I had to do Task 3, which was to plan a UK film. Here shown is the criteria that I had to, in order to do to meet my deadline. I feel that I have worked to deadlines appropriately by planning my time, by separating the time in order for me to complete this task, which has enabled me to complete my deadlines. So as I'm in sixth form, I should be able to meet the deadlines appropriately and accurately. If I don't, the consequences will be that the teacher may have to bring my parents and I have to stay after school and in my free time to complete the tasks. Overall, I feel like I have met the deadlines accurately by planning out my time appropriately due to the task split. By giving in my work to my teachers on the time, this has enabled me to have an extension to improve my work. When I found meeting deadlines hard, I've been given support by my teachers and helpers in order for me to complete my deadlines. For other tasks, there's been several different objectives that I had to meet, such as by giving a focus group. This has enabled me to get feedback from my clients to help me improve my work to a standard and to help me complete my deadlines. So this is the brief that I've been given from my teachers for my deadline date. This shows what I need to improve and what I have done. From the ticks, this shows the areas that I have completed. From the crosses, this shows the stuff that I need to add. From this shows that I get an extension deadline in order to complete the whole task. Okay. This is the ability to take a leadership role.
So Amber.
So we need to film health and safety.
Okay,
So to do this, we need to make a plan of what we're going to do, of the
Okay.
different areas.
What should we start off with?
Should we start off with the appropriate clothing?
Okay, so what do you think?
So should we start making a plan of what we need to do?
Yeah,
And a scripting,
storyboard.
a storyboard and a script.
Okay, we can start off with doing what not to wear and then what you should wear.
Okay, so you go what to wear, I write what not to wear.
Okay, what should we do about the script then? What idea should we do about the script?
So we can put them together.
Okay, what should we start off? Should we add a title and then do a voiceover, or should we just do it?
Yeah, just do a voiceover.
Okay, what about the ability to offer technical support?
Technical support, we can have someone having trouble with a tripod
Okay.
and the camera. So have someone not being able to use the camera and we can fix it on the tripod.
Okay, what, voiceover or?
We're going to have it all in the shot.
Okay. Any range of shots will be?
Close-ups to show the different areas and techniques we need to do, and a long shot to establish the scene.
Okay.
So do you want to go and make a start on your storyboards?
Okay.
And I'll make a go on my scripts.
Okay.
Okay.
Amber, what should we do with the storyboard then? I don't know what pictures to what camera shots we need to add for health and safety.
For safety, we can have like panning shots and tilting, and also a close-up of the appropriate clothing. So, for example, footwear. We could have a shot kind of going down like that.
Okay. So what? Do we start off with the close-up shot or?
We start off with a medium long shot, so we can show the whole person's body in the shot, and we can have the do's and don'ts of what to wear.
Can you show me how to do that?
Yeah. Here's my example here.
Okay.
If you can see here,
Yeah.
I've written like a template storyboard. So here's the medium shot showing the person holding shot, and then a close-up of the feet, so of the appropriate footwear they should wear.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That was really good.
Okay.
As well.
Okay, so splitting a clip in iMovie. So you use the yellow marker and select the part of the clip where you want to split it. You go to Edit and Split Clip. So the clip is now in two separate parts. So you can highlight and delete the part of the clip that you no longer want. And that enables you to put the clips together and to create a basic edit. Okay, the iMovie program saves work automatically, so there's no save option on the drop-down window. It will save automatically. If you wanted to, for example, crop one of your clips, you highlight the clip and then click on the crop and crop again. And this then enables you to move the green box and select which area of the picture that you want to keep, and then click on done, and as you can see it's cropped and zoomed in, so we now have a larger image and we've lost some of the surrounding image. If you wanted to put in an effect, you click on the transitions box there and it brings up transitions options here before, such as we've got circle, spin, swap, fade to black. So the most common one would be a cross dissolve. So we can lift that up and literally drop it, and then that will give us, as you can see there, a dissolve between the two shots. Again, because it saves automatically, you don't need to save your work, you don't need to render it like you would in Final Cut. And finally, let's say music. If you click on the music, that will enable you then to browse any songs that are saved in iTunes. These are just sound effects, but for an example, you could just pick one of these up and drag it in and drop it, and then you would get an alarm playing in the background, hopefully. There we go. So that's how to add in sound effects.
Today I'm going to be talking to you about how to use and care for digital equipment. This is a camera bag. As you can see inside, this shows the padding which will protect the camera from any damage.
Okay.
So to protect the camera, I'm going to put the camera safely into the camera bag to make sure that it's secure within the padding. Then I'm going to zip the camera up in the bag to keep it safe and secure. It's important for caring for digital equipment as this protects the camera. I'm going to show you how to use the equipment appropriately. When opening this camera hinge here, it's important that you don't force it too much as this can damage the camera. Also, when twisting it, make sure that you don't twist it and force it as this can damage the hinges on the camera. When caring for digital equipment, it's important that you keep your camera safe and secure. In USB is in here. Make sure that you don't force the wires into the camera as this can damage the wires and also the camera. Also, various other things. When using a function such as the zoom, make sure you don't also force this too much as this can damage the buttons and make it stiff for using. As you can see, this part of the camera here is the lens. At the minute it's closed, but when you turn the camera on, the lens will open. It's important for the lens as this is the most fundamental part of the camera, as the lens allows you to see through the camera. When the lens is open, this is a very delicate part of the camera. It's important that you don't get it dirty, so make sure that you keep this clean. When using the camera, it's important that you don't spill any liquid on it, as this can damage the camera and not enable the functions to work in the way that it should do. So to secure the camera, make sure that you put it in the camera bag with the correct padding, as this will keep the camera safe, secure and will not get damaged. So when using wires in the computer, it's important that you don't force it in the back of it, as this can damage the computer and also the wires. Once you're using the wires, it's important that you put them back to the computer so no one can trip up, and also this can help prevent the wires from being damaged. When using keyboards, it's important that you don't spill any liquid on it, as this can damage it, and also make sure that you keep the mouse clean for liquid.